little nervous. It's been quite a while since I've done this stuff, so I apologize.
Stephen Johnson, David Memphis, they've been doing just about anything, but why did you decide to take the opportunity with this?
Well, Penny, my relationship with Penny goes way back, watching him play and having to coach against him and seeing what he was about, as a person, as a player. Just had unbelievable respect for him. And then I got to coach him briefly. He was kind of over there, not playing at the level, we all were accustomed. He was banged up and older, and I wasn't at the level I was supposed to be, I guess. But the time I spent with him was amazing. And then ever since, he started coaching AAU, I happened to be, at SMU. So I watched the way he conducted himself and dealt with kids. That impressed me. And when he got the Memphis job, he talked to me about someday, joining. And it took a little longer than we thought, but it's all because of Penny and what he values and what he's about.
What kind of role do you think you'll have working with Penny as an assistant rather than a head coach?
I've been, everybody said I hadn't been an assistant since North Carolina, back before most of y'all were born. But I've been an assistant on numerous national teams. But I just want to be a resource for Penny and all the other staff. Whatever Penny needs from me, I want to share all the things that I was taught. And, like today was my first practice, and I'm just trying to learn terminology, learn what Penny values. And I don't, the more I'm around them, the more I realize our values are kind of similar.
What was that like stepping out on the court for the first time, practice court for the first time, new job? You probably experienced the first day that a lot of people.
Well, they gave me a whistle, and I never used the whistle. So Coach Smith used to get mad at me. But and then my hearing aids, it was so loud, there were all sorts of stuff going on. But I love smelling the gym. I've been going to different practices, coaches that have coached with me, and various people have asked me to come and observe and kind of, give them input. But I found out I was learning more than, I was giving input. But today I wanted to kind of sit back and kind of understand what's it about, so then I can kind of little by little pick Penny's brain, Cody's brain, and just kind of get a feel for how we want to play and how I can best, help implement that. Hey, Jeff.
You mentioned the hearing aids. People will wonder why at age 8 I have gray hair so late. You want to be doing
I didn't have gray hair till I coached Allen. So.
why is it? First of all, do you worry like that? Do you think about whether you are 100% of what you were at age 59 or whatever? And why is this what you want to spend your time?
Well, I'm not good at being idle. I told everybody I've never worked a day in my life. I used to read these Chip Hilton books, and they had a coach named Rockwell, and he would coach baseball, basketball, and football, American League baseball in the summer, and taught American history. That was what I had dreamed to do, and unfortunately, my career got a little different, and I ended up being a pro coach to start. But I love what I do. I love kids. I love being in a college environment because I think, you can impact lives. And I'm working for somebody that's as good a role model as I've ever been. You know, I went to recruit with him this weekend, and he didn't turn down one kid or person that asked him for a picture, no matter where he was. And, you know, it was just amazing how he carried himself, and I love being around that.
I'm curious. It's a role reversal. You were his coach, and now technically he's your boss. How have you thought about how that dynamic will play out in terms of just you said? I know you've been an assistant on national teams and an assistant once upon a time in North Carolina. Have you considered just not that it won't work or won't it work, but just that role reversal for you, where a guy you've mentored over the years is now the guy calling the shots?
Well, you got to understand, Penny wants me here, and my role is going to evolve based on what he needs from me. But I hope this is my last press conference, to be honest. He's the face of this program for all the right reasons. And, I told Penny when he talked to me about it, I coached some of the greatest players ever. I sat next to some of the greatest coaches ever, and I played for maybe the best coaches ever. So I want to share everything that I was taught, but I only want to share my knowledge with things that he values. I'm not here to invent Memphis basketball. I'm here to share what Penny needs from me. I didn't hear that, Mike.
How is the situation here different than previous programs you coached at?
Oh. Well, I coached UCLA, Kansas, and North Carolina, and then SMU. I remember when I got the UCLA job, at that time, North Carolina had won national championship, and it was displayed. As soon as you walked in the basketball facility, you saw this national championship, and the 57 team was undefeated. I go to UCLA, they won 10 national championships, and I couldn't wait to see the trophies. And they were in a bowling alley, one behind the other. It looked like they won 2. And I called Coach Smith. I said, "You can't believe where they put their trophies." But this, to me, because of Penny, because of the past history of this program, this is as good a job as there is. You have this facility, you have a city that loves basketball, you have a pro franchise right here. So I told Penny, this can be like Georgetown, like Gonzaga. We're not in a Power 5, but this could be anything that, we want it to be. And that's the way I expected every program I ever went to. We wanted to try to win a national championship. And so I don't think there's anything different being here. Hey, Jim.
You said practice, first practice today. What were your first impressions of the players? I'm sure you've watched film and that sort of thing too, but kind of your first impressions of the players.
Well, it was like a fire drill today. You only get an hour, and there's so much going on. I'm trying to learn names. When you get older, sometimes names are a little difficult. I'm trying to learn terminology. So I was just there more kind of observing, but hearing Penny's opening remarks to the kids before they went out, all the things that he said and talked to them about are things that I value, about caring for your teammates, about playing harder than anybody, by setting your goals to try to be the very best we can be, by being happy when your teammates do well. All those things are things that I was taught. So that was great for me. But the enthusiasm, the respect, the talent, I think you can't tell the first day. But I always told my coaches, when you go out and recruit, you find guys with no necks that are long arms and are split high because they play longer and bigger and more athletic generally. I think we have a lot of kids like that. So that made me smile.
Do you have any anticipation for how long you will be doing this here? And do you have any sense of what success would look like? What would it look like for this 10-year period to be successful?
Well, the amazing thing, when I went to SMU, if you called a kid and had a relationship with him, one call from John in Kentucky or Roy or Bill Self, no matter how hard you work, they're going to North Carolina, Kansas, After, about 4 years at SMU, that stuff started to change. But being on a staff with Penny at this school with all this interest, I think we can recruit anybody. I think Penny can close a deal because anybody that knows him is going to be happy to send their son to play for him. And, I went out to eat with the Wilfunk family the other night. Before I walked in the restaurant, 8 women were walking out and they gave me a standing ovation. And that kind of made me understand what this program means. I was in Dallas my first 2 years. I could go to any restaurant and they were saying there's a nice 75-year-old man eating dinner with his family.